Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been following my channel, you know how much absolutely I love about my car. It's a 2022 Tiger 4 GTS in chalk gray in manual. I've done unlimited videos of how much I actually love this car. So in this video, I want to try something new. I want to talk about the stuff that I might not like or even borderline hate about this car. So if you're debating if you should get a 911, you don't know if you have covered all your pros and cons, this video is definitely for you. So if you're also interested, I'm just going to go for a quick drive and I'll go over all the bad stuff about this car. So as all you folks know, 911 is the best sports cars ever, blah, blah, blah. It's got a great history. Great. That's perfect. But I just want to say, like, throughout so many generations of the 911, they mainly look honestly the same. It's got like a frog-like look, frog-like eyes. Yes, it's got a really cool, like, sportier back, which everybody loves. If you know it's a 911, that's great, but it won't pop out. If I'm spending that much to buy a sports car, I want everybody and their mom to know what this car is. Porsche, it's not that kind of a brand. Of course, if you go to the really top notch, the GT3 RS, yes, there's a wing. Exhaust sounds amazing, which I'll get back to that in a bit. Like, unless you know, you might not know it's a sports car. You might know, oh, it's a decent car, but you won't like fly out, oh, that's a Lambo, that's a Ferrari, that's a McLaren. Presence-wise, for the Porsche 911, isn't that great. If you're people that wants to be lower key, that's great. But if you want to be like really out there, like you're spending that much of a car, like for a brand new Porsche 911 GTS right now, it's around 260 Canadian plus options. So if you're spending like around 300K, you want people to kind of see you far away. So if not getting that much presence on a sports car that you spend that much on, it kind of really takes a discount for your ownership. That's one. Secondly, if you guys have followed my channel, you'll know that a lot of Porsche owners actually concur with this. The exhaust sounds absolutely garbage. Like, unless you put a really nice high-end exhaust on it, it's just garbage. I'm actually on a sport exhaust right now, and then it just doesn't, you don't really hear anything. I just wish if it was 20-30% more, a bit louder, that will make me a lot happier. But again, it is what it is. Another thing is the price. Like, I know new car after COVID, the price is going up a lot, which I get. But the thing I don't get is everything in a Porsche is an extra option. Like seatbelt color, option. You want ventilated seats, option. Like, there's no like premium package that bundles everything together. Everything you see, everything you touch that you want changed, option. I get it. Because Porsche's heritage is there, the car's there, of course they will want to juice you, right? And then because 911 is considered the best sports cars out there, if you're looking for a discount, there's not much discount. If you're looking for a used car, it's not much cheaper than a new car. Yes, it's good for people that always flip cars, like you don't lose money, but for people that kind of want to get their first sports cars, have limited funds, 911 might not be your best buck. For different price points, which I'll do a video in later on future, there's a lot of different choices. Sportiness wise, there's not much to talk about. It's great. I want to talk about the drivability. Yes, it's a sports car. Yes, it's a higher end sports car, but it's not that luxurious. I know mine's a manual, so when you switch to different shifts, you actually hear the mechanical sound. Sometimes if you go on, like, if you drive really slow, there is squeaks on a cab like this. If I put all the windows up or down, there is some wind noise. So it's not the best, right? Like, Porsche is good for its drivability, for its kind of trackability. But honestly, every day, it might not be the best luxurious ride compared to Lambos and Ferrari. Yes, it's a lot more compliant. It's not as stiff. Comparative to other ultra high-end cars, it drives nice. But if you compare it to like a luxurious brand, then it might not be that great. Interior, honestly, not much to complain. It's great. The thing I'm going to say is the lack of storage space. Like, I know Porsche, it's everyday sports car, but for everyday sports car, I do still want a bit more space interior-wise. The front, I'm not concerned about that. It's got a huge front, that's great. But interior-wise, like, there is space for me, but if you have like a big water bottle, there's nowhere to put. If you have like a bigger coffee, it will fit in your center console, but because it's so tall, you might not be able to have room to actually like shift your car. If you have a PDK, that's great. And even for the passenger side too, you get a coffee, you get a place to put your coffee over there on that side, but again, it's very shallow. If you have a huge coffee cup, it might not fit, right? Again, if going for longer trips, you might need to think about that before you consider a 911. Another thing is the back seats. I just wish sometimes it's a bit longer. Yes, I know they will play about with the aerodynamics, the drivability. I get it, but it's just a small complaint is my kids fit because they're smaller, they're younger, they're like 10 and 13. But once they get to like teenager, I don't really think that will fit. But it's actually still decent that they have a 2-on-2 kind of seating configuration. But if you really want to fit someone at the back, you might have to think like twice. This thing is a maintenance wise. For my car, I had it for 3 years. I went to multiple track days, so I actually replaced the tire, so I won't count that. But for year to year, my maintenance is around $1,000 to $1,200 per year, which isn't bad. But if you're kind of working on a budget, then it's really up there. Comparative wise, Audis, BMWs, they do come with the maintenance package. That some of them actually come with the car, not for the Porsche. There is no maintenance package. You have to pay each year separately. And I heard this year, every year the maintenance package goes up by like 10-15%. So it's not like a fixed cost. Every year the cost does go up. Honestly, what's going on with so many different 911s? I know for like, let's say AMG GT, there's like a few AMG DS, GT, GTC, GTR, like 4. That's it. 911, there's Space, there's S, there's 4S, there's GTS, there's Turbo S, and let's not forget there's the Cab, which have all of those variants. There's the Tiger, which have all of these variants. Also GT3, GT3 RS, GT2, GT2 RS. Like, I get Porsche wants to have a car for each individual driver, but sometimes, again, it goes back to my first point. It's great there's so many variants, but it kind of dilutes the whole specialness of it. Gets to a point, oh, you have 911, great. Oh, you have a 911, great. It's not as special anymore. And then it's just, I see 911s dime a dozen now. I get there's a good community, but if you want to buy a sports car to feel special, 911, it is special as it is, but it's just not as special. Like, I thought when I finally got mine, it's one of a kind. I'll never see one. Boom, there's one over there. Boom, there's one over there. It's not just as special and as rare as I would thought. One more thing I want to talk about is reliability wise. Yes, comparative to other sports cars, it's more reliable, but there is still some problems, might I say. So the main problem that I had was because my car is a Targa, so when you open and close the top, because my doors, the glass, it's not, when I open the door, the glass isn't down as much, so it actually scratches to my roof. So thank God that was under warranty, but imagine if you don't have warranty, that's gonna be pretty pricey. Because I know the roof itself was around $15,000, plus shipping, plus tax, plus the calibration, it really adds up. Another thing is this car, it had engine failure. It was due to the spark plugs being kind of, they didn't give me a reason why the spark plugs it just didn't work. So thank God, again, it was under warranty, but if it wasn't under warranty, it would be at least 6,000 plus taxes. Last but not least, there's a bar which I'll show you in a bit. So it's a good thought that when you're driving 70K and under, and you pop that up, you actually get less wind noise. But honestly, A, I never knew that it was there, and B, when I started to press it doesn't bounce back. I had to really smack it to really bounce back. For a car of this caliber, I thought everything would be a bit more in sync, a bit more luxurious. I know for Porsche, luxurious is not the top tier. Sportiness and the drive is the top tier. But again, for a car at this caliber, and like right now, in 2026 is around 300K, I thought it would be a more all-rounded car. Last but not least, smaller quirks. Sometimes the Apple CarPlay doesn't work perfectly. Sometimes the MMI just shuts down. Like, I know it is what it is. I shouldn't kind of complain that much, but for a Porsche, which is the pinnacle of a sports car, I wish it was a little more thought would have been given to you for this car. And then lastly, I just want to emphasize again and again, the exhaust. Absolutely the worst exhaust sound you can find in a car of this caliber. For a car that's over 250,000, a sports car, a proper like flat six with over 400 horsepower, it should not sound like this. It's just not bearable. Again, my original warranty is almost done. When the warranty is done, I'll definitely look for an exhaust. If you guys have any tips or advice, definitely let me know. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching this video of me just kind of beating Porsche at its best, just being absolutely brutal, ruthless, and kind of like talking bad about the Porsche brand. Honestly, with all jokes aside, I do feel Porsche, of course, there's every brand, every product, there's always something for them to improve. But as the car stands, I think it's one of the best sports cars ever. Yes, you can always do better. Yes, there's always improvements. But again, for Porsche, this brand, I think it's one of the greatest sports cars ever. So if you're looking for a Porsche, hopefully this video will help you guys out. My name is Albert. Thanks for watching this quick video. I'll see you folks on the next one.